All right, all right. All right, let's do this. Uh, that's not what I wanted. Let's do this.
Welcome to the dopest live stream that's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib, Khary's crib, Khary's crib, Khary's crib.
Yo, it's another news day. I feel good, I'm on top like a kufe. Sipping my coffee, shaking my head for homies acting goofy. Guess they do it for the gram or the TikTok, so who's me? Welcome to the crib, let's kick it like Bruce Lee. Part intelligent, part ratchet, that's Sap Neil deGrasse, and half Boosie. Listen, man. Real spit, now that's lit, homie, truthfully. If you in the Tampa area, you should be down like Bruce B. We treat the pod like sex, we start slow and at full speed. Like the way we work it. 9 p.m. we going in, we potting perfect. Bees in the house, cause it's my posse. No worries because I know my posse got me. Be careful, we might snap like paparazzi. But yo, let's start the show and get it lit like sipping hot toddy. What's good and Tim, pretty people? Friday evening, my name is Khary. This is my crib. And I invite you into my home for another evening of the dopest live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and every now and then like a showcase. We have another dope show for you tonight. Chrissy Teigen, wife of John Legend, has revealed on her IG that her miscarriage was actually an abortion. There was some backlash because of it. We'll talk about it. In the aftermath of PNB Rock's death, many celebs have been given advice. Stephen Jackson being one of them, he says he checks in when he visits other states or cities. I have some questions about this. We'll get into it. Kanye can't seem to stay out the news. His latest headline is he has ended his deal with Gap for breach of contract. He also said he doesn't read books, and he compares it to eating Brussels sprouts. How does it compare? I don't know. We'll get into this, that, and a bunch of other things. I'm joined by the homie Bees Buddha. What's up to everybody watching? Podcast listeners listening, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're not already. Share this with your feed. Feed the algorithm. We're going to have a good time tonight. Phone lines are open. Area code 813-559-3339. Hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. If you're shy, jump in the chat. Drop a comment. Let us know you're there. How's everybody doing? What's popping with your bees? How you feeling today, brother?
Hey, much. I'm taking it easy, brother. Once again, it's another week. I'm here. I'm alive. So
I feel you. I feel you.
that's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Because I think about days when I was like, yo, I wonder if I'll make it to this age. You know what I'm saying?
Now you surpassed a lot of those.
Yo, fam, I don't even think like that no more. Like I stopped thinking like that after like 30.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I'm at the point. See, now when we was young, it was like, are we gonna live to see 21? Are we gonna live to see 30? Now I'm like, how long am I still gonna be walking good?
Word.
When I'm 80, 90, am I gonna need a cane, wheelchair? Right now, I feel really good. I feel like I'm gonna be an old ass nigga that can play basketball. God willing, I make it to there. Which I hope I do. I would like to make it to like 100. I would like to make it to 100. Yeah. I would like to get so old that for one birthday I'd be like, I wish this is my last. I hope this is my last.
Hey,
I want to get that old. I want to get that old.
Oh, you want Betty White old?
Yeah, I want to get old enough to where I'm like, you know what? I think I've had enough. I'm ready to die. I think that's how old I would like to get, and I have not gotten there. Which I just actually read a story. This isn't a topic, but I forget his name. This director, Luke something. There was a story where he actually had assisted suicide. I should have made this a topic. He had assisted suicide in Switzerland. But there was nothing wrong with him. He wasn't sick. He just said he was exhausted.
With life?
I guess so. To have assisted suicide, I was like, damn, nigga, you could have just took a nap. But had a brief conversation about it last night. People was like, oh, that's wild. Assisted suicide. I couldn't help nobody kill themselves. Places like
that's like, yo, fam, I need you to kill me, yo. But, like, nigga, now, technically, nigga, that's murder. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes and no. Murder is all dependent on the laws.
Yeah, true.
And over in Switzerland, assisted suicide is legal because they feel you should have the choice of whether you live or die. And I think they actually created that for people that
are suicidal.
Not suicidal, but in their final stages, final days of life, where it's like they know they're terminal. They only have X amount of time to live, and that whole amount of time is going to be excruciating pain. And it's like, instead of making these people live the last 6 months of their life in excruciating pain, let's help them end it on their terms.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you what, no matter how great your life is, if your last days is in excruciating pain, that's going to be what you remember. That's going to be what you focus on, because as much as people let future thoughts and past thoughts bother them, the only thing that really matters is the present.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of understand assisted suicide being legal, but assisted suicide because you're exhausted, damn, nigga, take a vacation.
Damn. That sounds like some sucker shit, yo.
Take
I hate
a vacation.
To say it like that.
Get you a couple big booty holes or something. You got millions in the bank. Exhausted? Word. Damn, yo. That's wild. But everybody has their own different limits and shit when it comes to stress and depression and being able to handle things. So I really can't speak upon how he felt, but I've been depressed before. It does feel like it's never gonna end, but nah, nigga. I'm like, you know what? I want to kill myself, but I think a new John Wick is coming out, so I'm gonna wait.
You stupid. Then you ain't really want to kill yourself.
I do want to kill myself. Well, this is me personally. Like, these would be excuses. I'd be like, oh, I'm so depressed. I want to kill myself. But you know what? The Knicks haven't won a championship in my lifetime, so I'm going to wait. Find reasons to live, nigga. Find reasons to live.
That's like, yo, I want to kill myself, but you know, I think Shorty want to give me some pussy next week.
Yeah, fine reasons. You know, but with that being said, this was not supposed to be a topic. If you are suffering from any type of mental health issues and shit, and you are experiencing a mental emergency, don't call 911, call 988. There's actually a new line for people to get mental health emergencies, and that's 988 instead of 911. So totally turned into a PSA that wasn't necessarily supposed to be a PSA, but yeah, just totally ran into that out of nowhere. Let's see. My week was all right. My day started off shitty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Day started off shitty. Woke up, took a shower, got dressed, said, you know what? I want to get me a vanilla chai. I said, you know what? Let me go on over to Starbucks, get me a vanilla chai. So I get dressed, put my shoes on.
You don't even say Dunkin' Donuts no more.
Yeah, fuck Dunkin' Donuts. I don't like their vanilla chais in comparison. But went downstairs, got in my car, put the key in the ignition, and that shit said, take your key out the ignition. Turned the key, nothing happened. Normally when I put the key in, I hear a click. And that click is the security mechanism disengaging from the steering wheel that allows you to now turn the steering wheel.
Turn the steering wheel, okay.
Put the key in, nothing. It just says, take your key out. Normally, it doesn't do that. It lights up my dash, starts up the car. Took the key out, put it back in. I said, you know what? Let me walk upstairs, lock my doors, and try again in 3 minutes. It did not work. I ended up having to call a tow truck. Had to take my shit to the shop. This is like the second or third time this year I had to take my car to the shop, and I'm sick of it. Took it to the shop. Asked them if they had any courtesy vehicles. Nope, we're all out. Our rentals are all out as well. And our queue is backed up about 2 weeks. So they said, what's out? Like, wait. It might be 2 weeks before you get to look at my car. It was like, yeah. But I had already called a couple of other places, and every place I called said, yep, you're going to have to take it to the dealership. There's some security mechanisms on their vehicles. You're going to have to take it to the dealership.
Oh, it's a Benz-only problem.
Yes, it's a Benz-only problem. I had to take it to the dealership. They told me, the lady said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get this expedited because it sounds like it's the steering wheel lock, and that's pretty common. I'm like, all right, that's pretty common. Okay. All right, so if you can get it there, that'll be great. How much does this common problem normally cost? You know, when people say common, usually common sounds like not too expensive. Right?
But regular car or Benz? You get what I'm saying?
Benz, right.
Benz expensive. Is it Benz expensive? You get what I'm saying?
Right. So I said, how much? She said, about $1,400. I was like, motherfucker.
Hold up. You almost made me fucking choke. For the steering wheel column to unlock the car?
Yeah, it's the security mechanisms they have in there for them to change it, and for my key to now unlock my steering wheel every time I put in about $1,400.
Listen, if my pops was not on his way to VA, I would have sent my pops to your house in the morning, my nigga. Or wherever that car is, I'd have sent my pops to you, man.
I looked on. I looked on YouTube.
And it'd have been free $99.
I looked on YouTube at some ways to fix it or ways around it, and everything looked super complicated, like more complicated than I'm comfortable doing. You know, when it comes to security with the vehicle and keys and the electronic system, simply because I don't want to do all of this shit, spend all of this time doing it.
And you can't get it done?
And I can't get it done and then still got to go spend the money to do it. It's now wasted time and money. I'd rather just waste the money than the time and the money, especially in this heat. Though my car is out of warranty. Cheryl says, did your car warranty cover that? My car is out of warranty. Though, maybe this would be a good time for me to answer all them spam calls where they would like to talk to me about my extended warranty.
Yo, listen, you better get that. Well, you better call that shit the Ice-T use.
What's that?
Ice-T used some shit for his cars and like even the old shit and all that, and like it covers all his shit. Him and I forgot it's another like old school rapper. Like he was like, yo, Ice-T was down with it. Ice-T put me on, and everything got fixed. But you know what it is? That might be a New York commercial, because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I've never that might be. Hold up. I'm about to try to impress you real quick. That might be in the New York algorithms of TV.
Right.
Learning, son.
Right.
Learning.
You're right.
Okay.
Which going back to our algorithm talk, I was reading something which I probably should have also mentioned, but I was saying businesses use it, but countries use algorithms too.
Yes. I just seen something on that too, and I was like, damn, it's so crazy we had that as a topic.
Right. Like, and they was talking about how China shows, the TikTok in China shows people more educational stuff versus the more buffoonery that they show Americans. Oh, Cheryl says she gets that commercial down in the Maryland area.
Where Ice-T and the Furious Five dude.
Yeah. She said they get that down there. But let's go ahead and get ready to jump into it, man. Let's go ahead and jump into our first topic of the night, where Kanye has announced that he is ending his relationship with Gap. One, because of contract breach. He didn't like the way they was doing things. They didn't give him the approval that he wanted when it came to colors and other things about his products. They was mishandling things, and they just was not going how they told Kanye it would go. They had a part in their contract that says, hey, if we are in breach of our contract, we have 30 days to remedy it before you cancel this contract. They had the 30 days. They didn't remedy nothing. So Kanye said, yo, I'm out. He said, yo, we out. And when he ended this deal, Gap acted pretty quickly. So before they even announced it, Gap had already taken down a bunch of things from
his collection,
from the Yeezy brand, like advertisements in stores and stuff like that. They took all of that stuff down before they actually announced it.
So let me ask you this, because I didn't even know he was affiliated with Gap. You know what I'm saying? I heard that about him and Adidas, parting ways and so forth. But I didn't know that about him and Gap. So what I'm asking is, like, Gap had like a sponsored line of clothing for him, or
they were selling like Yeezy designed clothing. So
before you. So I'm just trying to get a little understanding. So they were selling clothes that basically catered to how Yeezy's color schemes and so forth.
Yeah, so Yeezy wanted his colors. They started off with some hoodies that I recall. They were some very basic hoodies. There was nothing special about it. It was just a Yeezy hoodie from Gap. They were pretty expensive, I think, for Gap prices, in my opinion. They were displaying it in bags, like giant garbage bags that they just sat on the floor and threw all the shirts in. And there was no organization. People had to actually like dig in bags and find their size.
And find their size.
Yeah, like they was homeless and shit. But that's kind of seems to be Kanye's theme with it. But Kanye wasn't happy with the way they were doing things, wasn't happy with the delivery, presentation, anything. They didn't get his input on as much stuff as he thought that they should.
Sure.
Wayne over here says, yo, Bees, his clothes was trash. That's what Wayne said.
I believe it, but because what happened with the teddy bear shit, the shit with the Kanye logo? I know he had like some shirts and shit like that, and it was like $200 and shit like that, and that clothing line just died, or like what happened?
No, those Kanye shit sells out. Kanye shit sells out, but a lot of time Kanye doesn't make his shit like a lot of brands where I'm gonna make shirts for as long as people want shirts. Kanye will be like, yo, I'm making 30,000 shirts. Once those are sold, that's it.
It's this genius marketing plan. I mean, if your stuff sells like that, because after a point your certain parts of your stuff gets vintage, just like how we have a homeboy this with the polo shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit is like old shit. It's vintage, like it's well kept shit, but it's like vintage polo, like, you know.
Yeah, and I think
it's like 80s, 90s, you know.
I think that's what he's trying to do by limiting the amount of shit he buys. That's why there's not like 1 million people with his shit, because he limits the amount of things that are created, and that's why his shit sells out and is also high priced, especially in the resale market.
I was thinking the same thing with my line. Like, yo, I'm dropping 200 of this. You might get 300 of this.
Yep.
You might, you know what I'm saying? You might get 100 of this. If it's something that I feel like is so like I did something that nobody else did, okay, I'm gonna make 50 of these. I'm gonna make it so exclusive, and then I'm gonna have like a bidding war. Yeah, I do my shit like the Nike, like Nike does the Jordans. You raffle that shit out.
Right, and that's kind of how DG sell his
Kanye shit works.
It's limited to where motherfuckers buy it. A lot of the people that buy it be resellers. They buy it just to sell it, and then it's like super high price in the resale market versus what retail is.
Unless they get lucky and come across a truck like the niggas in Tennessee. That's another thing.
But nah, I think Gap kind of admitted that they dropped the ball in some places. But the way they pulled down the promo, they did kind of act like they was a little bitter behind this. You know, like, Kanye's not fucking with us no more. But honestly, I always thought that was a weird blend, Kanye and Gap, because I felt like, like Kanye wanted to be Mr. Louis Vuitton.
But you know what even bugs me out with that, with you saying like it's like Gap, like shit, nigga, why you ain't go with Banana Republic? I mean,
yeah, that does sound more Kanye than Gap.
Yeah,
but I think it might. I think it might have been that Kanye used to work for Gap when he was young.
But at the same time, it's all still the same shit, because Banana Republic is actually the parent company of Gap.
Yeah, but
it's like Banana Republic, Gap, Old Navy.
Right. But now, check it out.
Okay.
The majority of people know Gap.
Okay.
You know? Versus Banana Republic sound like something my dad's gonna wear. And I'm talking about people that's like in their 20s. Kanye, the people that are buying Kanye's clothes, they hear Banana Republic. Oh, that's something my dad wear. That's when my dad buy his khakis. You know?
You stupid.
That's when my dad buy his khakis. He go to Banana Republic. So even though I think that would have fit Kanye's brand more, that we remember him by, with the whole preppy shit, I think Banana Republic kind of speaks a little more preppy. But I didn't really.
But Gap too. Yeah, Gap does have its preppy because I remember like when they was in the sweater.
Yeah.
Shirt, you know, what is that shit? Paisley. When he was in that Paisley era and
back
all
in
that
the
shit.
Back in the 90s, late 90s, Gap was fresh, yo. Gap was like fucking Polo almost. You know?
Word.
Gap was almost like Polo.
Yo, it's crazy how we should do a show about how clothing lines popped at one point, and then, not to get off subject,
You know, I'm gonna write that down. Let's do a clothing episode. Where's my pen? Write that down. Clothing episode. All right, got that written down real quick. I'm on like 3 shots now, by the way. You know, I'm on like 3 shots.
I'm debating if I'm gonna pop this little bottle of more what I got.
Do it. It's a Friday. Why not? You know?
Yeah, no, I got a long weekend. I gotta go to VA this weekend. Meet up with my parents.
Okay. Okay.
You know, all that type shit. My daughter, you know, trials and tribulations with her, but you know, after Monday and Tuesday, like everything should be like good. I should be good.
Good.
Like,
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So
that's what's up.
You know.
All right, but let's wrap up this Gap thing. More power to Kanye for saying fuck you, Gap, you ain't doing my thing. But Kanye be whining a lot, you know. He be whining a lot. And part of me kind of feel like Kanye wants us to be dumb a little bit. And I say that because in my intro I did say that Kanye said he doesn't read books. He looks at it like eating Brussels sprouts.
He's ignorant.
I'm guessing. I'm not sure what that means.
He doesn't read books, but can he read? Now he's got me like feeling like that. You know what I'm saying?
He says he can read because he also said when somebody sends him big long paragraphs, he uses a technique. Some guy told him and he's in some role. So because he's in this role, he thinks this guy knows everything and whatever he says should probably be it. He says he only reads the first sentence and the last sentence. So if you send him sentence, or or a sentence and then long sentence with a bunch of information in it, he's only going to read the first sentence and the last sentence and determine what the fuck he was talking about.
Yo, that shit explains a fucking lot. That shit explains a whole fucking lot with Kanye, yo. Oh my Jesus, yo. I can't believe that I'm glad he let that shit the fuck out the bag.
Yeah.
That explains a whole lot.
Now,
like, listen, I understand that man about 40% more now. Just because of that fucking statement.
He says he doesn't like to read. He'd rather have conversations. So he gets most of his information from conversations is what he's kind of alluding to is what I'm hearing him say. He gets most of his information from conversations. So his knowledge is pretty much people's opinions. I don't know.
Yo,
it's
that
weird.
is fam. You want to know something? But
What's
if
that?
that's what, even though I know the music is what led him to all this, but if that's what makes you become a billionaire, fuck it. I'm just reading the first and the last sentence from that, and I'm gonna just determine what it is because you know that's wild right there, yo. Like you get all your information for conversations. So what if the person you having a conversation
is
with
an idiot?
Is an idiot? Yeah.
Right.
Like what if they're a person that, check it out like this? There used to be this guy I used to work for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like the other boss used to say. It was 2 bosses. One boss used to say about the other boss, he's a dumbass. He just got a good vocabulary.
Yeah. There's people that use big words. People that use big words like, incorrectly, but the people that he's talking to don't know what the fuck he's talking about, so it sounds correct. Yo, a dummy can sound super smart to other dummies.
Hey, what the commercial used to say? You can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yeah. But shit, let's move it on though. Let's move it on.
Let's go.
Chrissy Teigen has revealed that she had an abortion. I'm not sure how many of y'all remember this, but I believe it was what? Was it last year or was it the year before? It was September 2020, where Chrissy Teigen and John Legend publicly shared their news that they had a miscarriage. They was talking about they was pregnant. They was on social media. It was a big thing. Pregnancy complications at 20 weeks caused them to lose the baby, is what they said back in September of 2020. Was what they said in 2020. Now here in 2022, she's saying, you know what? It wasn't a miscarriage. It was actually an abortion. And she said it's something she claims she only now realized it was an abortion and not a miscarriage. I don't know how you confuse the two. But now she's facing a lot of backlash from this. And she's facing backlash because, one, she's a public figure. Two, she's been in some controversies in the past. Three, people are saying, hey, is this you doing some shit for clout because of the whole abortion ban that happened recently? Is this you clout chasing, or is this you being truthful? We don't know what to believe. And that's what people are saying online. And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused here.
How I feel about that, you know what I'm saying? You know, conspiracy bees.
What's your conspiracy?
Yo, fam, I feel like it's for a while, like, you know, in the conspiracy world. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of talk of Teigen, you know, not even being a woman and stuff like that, but that's the whole nother other thing, you know what I'm saying? But
yo,
you know,
you gotta send me this conspiracy newsletter you got, yo, because I've never heard that one.
Bro. I got you, yo. Yo, listen, they stopped a lot of my stuff though. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a good one on the gram. They stopped a lot of my stuff. But anyway, it's like an embarrassment for the so-called society. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a degradation in the society, because from what I'm hearing, it's a constant ritual that, you know, you have to do something degrading. You have to give up something. You have to like really have some type of trauma.
You going along the sacrifice for fame shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like, yo, listen, you know what's so bug about it is, okay, this happens. Now, if her career just jump starts out of nowhere, you know, because right now, truly, to me, if you ask me, she's just the wife of John Legend.
Well, she was a model prior to meeting John Legend.
Like I said, she's just the wife of John Legend.
She's also a television personality.
What show she on?
I'm not sure, but she's been on some shows.
I mean, I know she was on. I think she was on the joint with. I want to say was she on there with Method Man?
What?
No, what is the joint with LL? It was her and LL, and she was the DJ for LL. The lip sync joint. Lip sync.
She was a model on Deal or No Deal. Swimsuit issue. She was in model Brooklyn Decker. That's somebody else. She designed and debuted a capsule collection with swimwear designer Danielle. She was a host of a competition series on VH1 called Model Employee. Mindy Project, she was a guest star on. She was in the lip sync. She was on Lip Sync Battle with LL, like you said. So she does some things.
I mean, but it's not.
But that's how a lot of people know her from.
Yeah, but she hasn't had that pop like you know, the new host of Chrissy Teigen. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been that. It's just like majority of it, when you look at it though, when it's they're gonna be like, yeah, she did that and that. Yeah, she's John Legend's wife.
Now,
You know.
she's been. I personally, feel she should have kept that to herself.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
definitely.
She should have kept that to herself because one, I don't think anybody asked you. You just all of a sudden decided to want to tell us about your miscarriage that you realized later was actually an abortion, which I think is bullshit.
I need something to like lift my mic up a little.
Yeah, you got to get you a mic stand, Bees. You got to get you a mic stand.
Yeah.
You got to get you a mic stand. I think I don't know. I think part of me feels like, you know what, if it did happen, if this is the truth, she should have kept it to herself because it just looks like it just looks like clout chase. It looks clout chasey to me. You know?
Oh, most definitely.
It looks very clout chasey because one, nobody asked us. You didn't need to tell us this information. You already told us it was a miscarriage, but now that the whole abortion ban thing is big, now you're like, oh wait, my miscarriage was actually an abortion. I realized it after. You know?
Wait. Time out. Though. Hold on.
What's that?
Yo, how you realize that a miscarriage is an abortion? Like
right. 2 years later.
Yo,
right after the abortion ban and abortion is big. And that's the thing that makes this kind of seem clout chasey.
You know, if Chrissy.
If it is in fact exactly as she says, I apologize, but you could have kept that shit to yourself. We didn't need to know that. You could have wrote that when you was 90 in your memoir or some shit. That don't need some shit that you need to just tell us all of a sudden on your fucking Instagram.
You could have put that in like the Chrissy Teigen story or something, like, right. You know, if they was to do one like 40 years from now or something, like, you know, something right. Where it's like,
they could have put that
wife.
they could have put that in the John Legend biopic, you know, because that affected him as well, you know.
Yo, that's another subject. We'll talk about that later.
But yeah,
no, I'm not even talking about what I'm in just the chat. They agree.
They say, yo, Khary, she should have said nothing. She shouldn't have said anything.
Not a damn thing, yo.
Yeah. Shouldn't have said nothing. I think that's one of the problems with the internet and social media today. So many people want to tell us their business when we really don't give a fuck. Even though if you didn't tell me your business, I wouldn't really have much to talk about on this show, but I'll figure out something. But still, most of the shit y'all be telling us, we really don't give a fuck. We just be bored looking at our phones and we be like, oh shit, look at this shit. Let me form my opinion now, which I'm doing now actually.
Like some Kevin Hart shit. Look at this.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You look at it. But you look at it. Look at it. No, I'm gonna pour me another shot. Where we at? We got about 2 minutes left on this topic. You got anything you want to add, Beans? You got anything you want to add?
Nah. She. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a clout chase, or you know, it's something for the, you know, for that group. But
all right, you know what? I have a suggestion for Chrissy Teigen.
Okay.
The next time you want to tell us something about your personal life, don't. Keep it to your goddamn self. Because really, we don't give a fuck. We got our own problems. We really don't care about yours. Though we act like it, but we only act like it just so we have something to talk about with people we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? And that's like us on the podcast talking about all the people over here we really don't know. Or water cooler talk at the job and shit.
Chrissy Teigen, I cared more about damn Jesse Powell dying than fucking
rest in peace, Jesse Powell.
About this shit. Yes. Rest in peace, Jesse Powell, yo.
But you know, man,
I felt, you know,
Wrap it up.
I said I felt more about that than hearing about Chrissy Teigen. Especially you realizing that your miscarriage was an abortion. Your abortion was a miscarriage. I don't know. That shit is twisted. It's just twisted with those two together.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's one or the other.
And it's
don't
I
tell
only
me 2
just
years
realized.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, 2
And you
years
don't
later.
just realize that. Like,
Yeah.
now I can understand that you probably had to go and get scraped and all that, after having the miscarriage. That's one thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But you went in there and you got on the cold table and had the baby pulled out. Like, you ain't realize that? Like, come on, man.
The way you said it is crazy.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if,
But,
sometimes I'm wrong with it, but
but you would also have to, and it's, well, depending on the time frame, I guess a miscarriage can seem like an abortion during the time if the time frame is at the point where they do have to surgically remove the baby.
Listen, but it's one thing if they say, yo, we gotta surgically remove the baby to avoid complications. There's another thing if they surgically removing the baby, like, to get rid of the baby. Those are two different things, yo.
Right. I feel you. I feel you. The doctor, it's kind of hard for the doctor to explain that and confuse some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of hard for that to be, okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard for the doctor to say, hey, there's some complications, the baby's not going to make it, versus we got to abort this because you're not going to make it or something like that.
Yeah, exactly, yo.
You know? So, now, is there any way? No, I still don't think there's any way you can confuse that with a miscarriage.
Yo, this is what I'm saying, bro.
It's
listen, because check it.
Go ahead.
I've known a lot of chicks.
I don't like the way you say that.
That have had. No, I'm just saying. Well, I've known like because I'm easy to talk to. I talk to I talk
Okay.
with the chicks, but in all my times and travels, like I've talked with a lot of chicks that have had miscarriages. I'd say like maybe about 5, maybe 5, maybe 6 the most.
Okay.
And when they all explained it to me, it was like, yo, I thought I had a bad period.
Right.
It was you know what I'm saying? And it fell in the toilet, or it, it just is, but that's what I know of a miscarriage. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So I'm just thinking right now, 20 weeks is about 3 months. Right? No, wait.
Oh,
no. 20 weeks is what?
20 weeks?
It's about 4 months.
12 weeks is 3 months.
Right.
So no, she about 5 months in, brother.
Right. Actually, you're right. 5 months.
Like 5 months in.
5 months. But so now 5 months, a miscarriage isn't going to be it fell in the toilet. It's going to feel like like a 5 month could potentially be or would be a surgical thing.
Yeah, you would have to surgically remove it.
Right. So now, is there a way to confuse an abortion with a miscarriage at 20 weeks?
No, that means, I'm gonna tell you like this. When a woman is pregnant and they put the stethoscope on her chest and so forth, they hear 2 heartbeats. They don't hear 1. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So
when this all happened, if that's the case, that means the baby had died inside her. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they was taking the baby out for complications. This is the only So the baby had to be dead inside her for the So it's not even aborted. Like, that would be a miscarriage.
Now,
that would be a miscarriage if the baby.
Now, could she confuse complications with miscarriage versus abortion? If they just say complications, but they don't really explain the complications, whether the complications are because the baby isn't going to make it or because you're going to have some issues. is a threat to you.
No, and all that, like I said, all that is understandable. But listen, she had
Cheryl said they had
bro.
pictures of them holding the baby in a blanket.
See, yeah, they was capping too. That's crazy. They was capping.
Yeah.
See,
Why
now
bring it up
that
now?
right there.
What was the reason? Which I agree.
That right there is what you call. You know what it is? Because what would have happened is the baby would have been what a year and some change or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's John Legend and all that. Eventually, that baby has to pop up. We gotta see that baby as a little kid. Just because you're in the Hollywood odds, you get what I'm saying? Like there ain't too many Hollywood stars that you actually know of that you ain't seen the kid once. Like when they had the kid.
Yeah, no, but Cheryl just said they had a picture of them holding the baby in a blanket and then said they had a miscarriage. And now they're saying it's an abortion, which is crazy.
So if they was walking around with a dead baby, like, what's going on?
Okay, we gonna get up out of here. Good observation. Let's move on.
Damn, shit.
Oh, man. Yo, the NFL is facing backlash for Hispanic Heritage Month. The NFL said, Joe, we want to do something for Hispanic Heritage Month. What can we do?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the NFL acknowledging, the heritage of the Latinos, but they don't really. With the backlash is because they don't really do the heritage of the black man.
Because they just don't get it. So the NFL updated their logo. The NFL updated their logo to try to show their support and their inclusion of Hispanic people for.
They put the Puerto Rican flag in there, didn't they?
Nah, they didn't put the Puerto Rican. I'm gonna show you. I'm just over here bullshitting while I make time while I get this up on the screen. So here's what they did. They took the logo. They took the logo. And they threw a little accent mark. They threw a little accent mark over the N in the NFL.
Yeah.
So they took the accent mark. They said the league is proud to celebrate Latino Heritage Month by highlighting NFL players, coaches, staff while partnering with the Hispanic Heritage Foundation and the Hispanic Alliance for Career Enhancement. We look forward to continuing collaboration with Latino creators, artists, and writers. And then they said, hey, this shield integrates an unmistakable Latin flavor and is fundamental to our always-on 365-day initiative. The electric brushstrokes of the NFL is filled with an infectious personality that is carried out throughout the rest of the feel and the look. So that was their Latin Heritage Month logo upgrade. Thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kimmy Cat in the chat says, what the fuck is that shit? I agree. That shit was so lazy of a design.
Yeah.
They just threw an accent mark over it. I want to see the other designs. I really want to see the other design. I feel like the other designs had like either a chili pepper in it or a sombrero on top of the shield. I don't know that. I don't know for a fact that's what it was, but after seeing this, I feel like that's what it was.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, they put the little swear.
The NFL. You know?
They put the little accent.
Yeah, they put the NFL. I'm trying to do my Spanish accent of like a Spanish dude, like a Spanish old man from Cuba.
Man.
I'm doing a fake impersonation of one of my uncles. The NFL. The accent mark makes you say NFL. Yo, nigga, what?
Yo, you stupid, yo, listen. Yo, that's crazy, yo, that they would even do that, yo.
Yeah.
Put that little line over there. Like, yo, Spanish heritage, smart.
Now, are you surprised they got some backlash behind that?
No. Listen. I never be surprised when certain shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And with the NFL, that's definitely one of the places that I don't be surprised as when certain shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give it to the NBA. At least the NBA, they had when they had that Spanish heritage joint, they had the teams with Spanish jerseys. Like, the teams was in Spanish and all that. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's put shit in Spanish. Let's not put an accent mark above something that doesn't have an accent in it.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much them saying, this is how we hear all you Spanish people say NFL. You know? The accent mark is, that's the way they hear Spanish people say NFL. It's like, okay, this is what you think about it. This is what you think about it. Yeah, but I thought that was wild. I thought that was very lazy for the design department in the NFL. But then again, we never know what the other motherfucking designs for the NFL logo was.
Yeah, and who's to say, how many days did it take them to come up with that?
Yeah, that could just be like, oh shit, we ain't have no time left. This is what we got.
Mm-hmm. Yo, just put that in the NFL.
Right. Now, in order to like try to give the NFL a little bit of grace on this, what if the designer and the team that came up with this was actually Latino? What if the whole team that came up with this was Spanish?
He said, he probably said, let me do something to where, like it looks Spanish, but at the same time I keep my job because I don't really want to show them what Spanish heritage is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the reason I say that is because it's not like, these heritages weren't welcome to the NFL in the beginning, and some of these places still hold their little bullshit within the NFL, with certain, genre of people.
But it could also be, what if they have a whole Spanish team, but everybody on the Spanish team grew up in white neighborhoods and didn't grow up around anybody Spanish?
That could be a case of it too.
Nah, but it would be kind of wild if we making all this backlash and then somebody that truly loves Spanish heritage came up with this design. Though I'm not saying that's what it is, but I don't know that's not what it is.
I feel like they
I'm guessing it's not.
Gonzalo about this.
I'm guessing it's not, but I'm guessing that I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe. But this was wild. I'm gonna take another shot, and then we gonna move on to our next topic. Woo! I feel like Ric Flair with that one.
You got the Ric Flair drip.
Ooh, the Ric Flair drip. I need to get some Ric. When I put my robes on, I'll be feeling like I have the Ric Flair drip. And I also had a dream the other night that I was wearing a pinky ring. It was weird, but I felt like, this is a nice pinky ring. But got a question. I was out last night, went out to Smoking Words, was at the bar getting me a drink. Duke Dude got up on stage to perform. He gave a little speech before he performed. And then he said, I'm a little bit old school. And I was like, oh, it's old school. And then the beat dropped. And it was like a trappy beat. The drums was on the 3 and the 7. Versus the 2 and the 8. Or the 4, 2 and the 4. Right? So I'm like, this is kind of a modern beat. How is he old school? When he says old school, what does he mean? Is he 2012 old school? Is he 2008 old school? Is he 1985 old school? I don't know. Now, some girl was next to me and I was like, I really don't know what he means when he says old school. And she was like, you know what? You're right. What is old school now? And that made me say, tonight's question, how long ago does old school start? You know, when we was young, coming up in the 90s, the 80s wasn't old school. The 70s was old school. Shit we didn't remember, but we only heard about was old school. Shit we remembered wasn't really old school, but now, shit we remember is old school.
Yeah, I would think old school basically goes on. I gotta at least say this gotta at least be like a 10-year, what you call it on that. Old school, like 10-year and beyond.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because think about
Only
it like
10?
this.
Only 10?
And our what you call it, we wouldn't even say they was old school. We'd be like, yo, they old fashioned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it all also goes with whatever words they use to use for that. But I would definitely say old school. Old school to me would be like the 80s, the 70s.
80s or 70s, right? And
but now as I get older, I say now the 90s is old school. And the beginning of the 2000s is old school.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago. Beginning of 2000, 20 years ago was 2002. You know? But as me and the girl was there just like, yeah, what is old school? The nigga started singing. And once he started singing, both of us looked at each other and just like, that's what he means by old school. Because even though he had a trappy modern beat, his lyrics was old school. When I say his lyrics, not the way he was saying, but what he was saying was old school.
Okay.
You know? And he was
cool. What, he was using words like schizoid and shit like that?
No, he was using words like, I want to love you. I want to make love to you. You know, so he was singing, but he was singing like, girl, let me love you, to like a trap beat. And niggas don't be saying that shit no more. So I was instantly like, that's the old school he means. I get it now. You know?
Yeah, because niggas be talking about, niggas do not be talking about loving.
Nah, they damn sure don't. They damn sure don't. And which, that's actually going to lead into our next topic in a minute. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I'm correct on that one. Yeah, which is going to lead into our next topic in a minute, but yes, I was like, yo, and that made me say to myself, my connection got lost over there. That made me say to myself, what is old school? And I was really like, how far back? Is it just 10 years? Is it like, you know how when you go into the store and they got a sign up that says, in order to buy alcohol, you got to be born before this date. So we probably make a sign like that. That's like, if you remember beyond this date, you're old school. And it kind of just goes on every day. It's like 20 years, 10 years ago from today, is old school. But I think it needs to be a little more than 10 years. And I only judge that off of well, my judgment of old school isn't necessarily fashion. It's kind of how I feel about music. Like Doggy Style from Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
It's old school, but I still like, I'm just now saying, okay, I accept this as being old school. You know what I mean? It's like, now is when I accept this as being old school. I'm not, you can't call it old school until I'm ready to accept it as old school. Like I can accept cross colors as old school.
Yes.
Like T.I. Rubber Band Man, is that old school?
Mm-hmm.
That's old school? It don't feel like it should be old school though.
Why you say that? Yeah, yo, that song is over 10 years old. You know that, right?
Right, but that don't feel like it should be old school.
But why wouldn't it be like what you call it? Just like back in the days when you heard certain shit. Okay, so think about it like this: in the 90s, and somebody played "If I Rule the World" by Curtis Blow, you wouldn't have been like, that's old school.
We was in like, I guess like 95, and that song came out in when? Like 83, 84?
Mm-hmm.
That was real early.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, it's like going from 10 to 15, 10 years old is old school. I think as you get older, the perspective of old school probably changes, maybe. At least for me. At least for me. At least for me.
It's a point. Check it out like this. The point is when you realize that you old school. When you do certain stuff that's like old school. Like listen,
I'm old school in a way. I'm old school in a way, and then in some ways I'm not.
I have a lot of old school ways because I believe in certain shit. Like for instance, for this generation.
But I tell you what, I'm sorry to cut you off.
I believe in hard work. Okay.
If somebody calls me old school, I'm smacking them. Finish. Go ahead. Finish.
No, but like, you know what I mean? For this, like, you could try to dress like you of this generation, or of today, of today's day and age. But at the end of the day, even then, you still look old school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
there's nothing wrong.
Depends.
You know something? It's nothing wrong with being old school. And the reason why I say I'm happy with being old school, because old school means longevity.
Yes, but at the same time, if we saw somebody wear bell bottoms and a butterfly collar, we was cracking jokes.
Yo,
it was like, nigga, it is not the 70s no more, nigga. And you are not going to a party. This is your everyday fit. Get the fuck out of here, old school ass nigga.
Check it out like this. I'm gonna bring up some shit that you almost got into a fight over.
What's that?
Ooh, you got it.
Triple fat goose. But my triple fat goose wasn't old school. It just wasn't the popping thing anymore just because it was now 1992 instead of 1991. And now everybody wanted NFL jackets instead of triple fat gooses.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that it was later on.
Nah. It was just like, okay, this year everybody got NFL jackets. And my mom decided to buy me a triple fat goose. You know? So yeah, I did almost get into some beef for some niggas over that shit, you know? And niggas trying to make fun of my triple fat goose because it was the year after triple fat gooses was the freshest thing out, you know?
Nigga got played, little peanut head.
You know?
Got played.
Nigga tried to make a joke at me, and I was like, yeah, nigga, and what? I was like, what? I was like in like 6th, 7th grade. I was like, yeah, nigga, and what? Like 50 niggas surrounded us. Nigga was like, what, little nigga? I'm like, nigga, you my same size. I'm like, I ain't scared of y'all niggas. The fuck?
You know you was my man. You know I smacked that nigga up.
Yo, nigga Dave is like, yo, Carver, let's go, yo. But I tell you what, all I know is I was talking shit to niggas that was talking shit to me. I didn't know the niggas I was actually talking shit to until me and my nigga left. You know? Like, I'm just like, yo, fuck y'all niggas, you know? And what? You know? What? You talk about my triple fat goose? You talk about my fuck y'all niggas. Fuck y'all niggas. You know? This nigga Dave was like, yo, Khary, just leave that shit alone. Khary, just leave that shit alone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Fuck that. Listen, yo. He's like, yo, just leave that shit alone. I'm like, yo, when we finally leave, he's like, yo, you know those are the niggas like, I hope that wants to kill our whole block, right? He's like, yo, all them niggas is from that hood. You know? And they know where we're from, nigga. And I'm like, fuck them niggas, but I ain't gonna back down, nigga. But
it's all good. It's all good. Your homie's older. Your homie's a little older.
Yeah.
A little older.
I was actually, when I went to that program, I was actually up there with one of his homeboys. With his man, actually.
Oh, no, they different when they by themselves.
Yeah, I was actually up there with his homeboy. Yo, what's good, bro? I'm on a live stream right now. Yeah. What's good, though? What's that? All right, yo. That's my nigga Dan calling in.
So that's Dave?
Nah, my nigga Dan. He out in Texas right now. He didn't realize I was on live stream. But nah. Yeah, I was a young nigga, and I ain't give a fuck. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck. Oh, look at that dumb shit. All right, but on that note, let's move on because we actually a little over. We're gonna go from there, and we're gonna go to, is R&B toxic? It's
right
Usher.
Now.
It's Usher Day, Usher month on Apple Music and shit like that, and kind of like also celebrating the 25 years of My Way. And they had an interview with Usher, and Usher kind of said that, implied that we are in the time of toxic music, specifically R&B. Specifically was R&B. You know? And Wayne over here in the chat talking about Khary said I was in a program. I didn't say what type of program, it was just a program. But I was in a program with the dude I got into a little thing with his homeboy and shit like that. And we was cool until we got in the beef type of shit. I don't know, stupid. But now, and Usher kind of said R&B is in a toxic time. That has kind of been a discussion for the past couple of months on, is R&B toxic? Is it not the same R&B anymore? Which kind of comes over from my old school conversation where the guy said, yo, I'm old school. And I was trying to say, what kind of old school? And it depended, once he started singing, I was able to say, oh, you're that type of old school. And I knew that because he was singing about topics that people don't really sing about now, which I feel is kind of why Usher says, and a lot of people say, like, R&B is very toxic now. There's no, for the longest time, R&B was very much a love language, for lack of a better term. You know, it was a love language. R&B was the shit you would play when you was trying to get your girl back, when you was trying to tell her how you felt. You was trying to say, hey girl, I'm sorry I broke your heart, but I ain't gonna break your heart no more. I'm gonna give you this love, and I'm gonna adore you forever, baby. And then I say, girl, I'm gonna love you. That's how R&B used to be. But it ain't like that no more. You know, it ain't like that no more.
You want to know something?
What's that?
And I think about it, and I don't know, yo. R&B might have been toxic for all generations.
You think so?
It's just you just had different toxic what you call because
So,
I'm sitting here
so
and I'm thinking about it,
I'm
and
hearing
I'm
what
like,
you're saying.
wait,
I'm already hearing what you're saying.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, there was some toxic ass songs, yo, back in the days.
Yeah, I tell you, you know what the thing, you know what? I was actually singing Player Cheers for You, Cheers to You,
Mhm.
you know? And I was singing that shit, and I was like, God damn, this is some sucker ass shit. You know? This is some sucker ass shit to be singing. This nigga said, you might be right. Niggas was singing Girl, I Love You, but they was full of shit, is what you're saying. Some of the time. So like Cheers for You goes like, he said, if I had a wish, baby, I wish he never left you feeling like this. So he's saying, I wish the nigga that got you fucked up never had you feeling fucked up. I wish he would have treated you right. He's saying, I wish the nigga you was with would have treated you right. But that's bullshit, because if he would have treated her right, guess what? You wouldn't have been able to now holler at her. So you're full of shit, you know? At the end of that verse, it starts the verse with, I wish he never would have not treated you right. And he ends the verse with, maybe we could dim the lights. Niggas, you know, nigga, you was fake consult. You was dirty macking, nigga. R&B is dirty macking, and that's why it's toxic.
It was toxic. R&B. Yo, listen. Okay, I got two songs for you, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna start off with the first one, right? Because it's older than the second one, right?
Okay.
So here it is. You have fucking Johnny Taylor.
How it go?
Now, who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love? That is toxic, my nigga. That shit is toxic.
It's also dirty macking, nigga. You telling, nigga.
It is dirty.
This nigga
it's
telling.
dirty macking.
Yeah.
Then check it out like this. And this is a song of our era. You can have a piece of my love.
Mhm.
It's waiting for you, you dumb bitch.
What is that?
Yo, God, you can have a piece of my love. Yo, fam, in the beginning of the joint, right before he starts singing, he says, you can have a piece of my love. It's waiting for you. And in the background, you hear that nigga Aaron Hall, you dumb bitch. Yo.
So you're saying R&B has always been toxic?
Always been toxic,
right,
yo.
Okay, so Al Green. Many babies have probably been made to Al Green music.
Fam, hold up, wait. You see, don't bring Al into this, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why not?
Because Hot Grits changed his life.
Well, some people might say, hey, the nigga was toxic and got hot grits thrown on his ass, which I do not agree with. Violence over toxic bullshit. I do not agree with pouring grits on somebody because they hurt your feelings. You know, call them names. Don't fucking pour grits on them.
Damn.
But with that being said, he was probably toxic and doing some shit before that, maybe. Probably. I don't know.
Damn.
The nigga was a rich, motherfucking, talented singer. Bitches was throwing panties at him.
I got one more song for you, which was mad toxic.
Now, wait a second.
Michael Jackson.
Which one? Michael Jackson what?
Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana. Mad toxic. Yo, fam, I didn't know that fucking, Diana, something happened to Diana. That's why he asked her, Annie, are you okay? She was laid down in the room like somebody bust her over her head and all that shit, yo. And then he got the nerve to be looking in there. He should be calling the cops. He talking about, Annie, are you okay?
Yeah. Now, okay.
Damn.
You know what? Maybe R&B has always been toxic. Now hear me out. Here go the lyrics to Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
Okay.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want me to do is all right with me because you make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. Let me say that since we've been together, loving you forever is what I need. Let me be the one you come running to. I'll never be untrue. This is all what he said. And then he bust the nut. And then he bust the nut and realized he actually did not feel like this. Because we do know this happens. Niggas be having these feelings. And then they bust a nut and they be like, oh, I guess I didn't really feel like that. I know you probably been there before in your life, Bees. You're like, you know what? I think I like this girl. I think I like this girl. And then you bust a nut and you're like, oh, not really. Did I've had that happen before?
That's damn.
I had a girl fly out here to visit me, nigga. She flew out here for the weekend to visit me. And after I bust a nut, I was like, you know what? I don't like your personality. You act like Sandra from 227. I can't really fuck with you like this.
I can't. I'm done. Khary.
Yeah, like the way she laughed and shit. I was like, yeah, you know. But I didn't realize that until after I bust that first nut, you know. And I was like, oh shit, I thought I liked you, but I don't. My bad. You can go home now. But your flight ain't until Monday morning. Fuck, this is gonna be a long weekend. And it was a long weekend.
Yeah.
Second day, she was like, why you not as
frisky as you were?
Yeah, why you not as into me as you was yesterday? She's like, cause I busted a nut and realized I don't really fucking like you. I ain't spoke to her since.
I can't. I don't like the way I clapped your cheeks. I can't.
and yeah, I you know what? I did clap her cheeks and I didn't really like. I was like, she was one of those. You know what? Like every time I want to fuck you, you want me to stop. It hurts. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe that was why. I don't know. No, that wasn't why. I didn't like her personality. I didn't like her personality.
She was interrupting the thrust?
Yeah, it was mostly her personality. Mostly her personality. Okay. And it was definitely because she acted like Sandra from 227.
Yo,
I felt like she always had her purse.
Funny part.
She always had her purse right here, and I felt like her wrist was always like this, and she just laughed like too stuttery. I'm like, stop it! Leave me alone! Get away from me! And I didn't realize that until after. Never, you know what? But that might be why R&B's toxic sometimes. You know, but you know what? We might all be wrong. R&B has always been toxic. We just thought niggas was for real.
Fam. Look how, he had to hit for one of the most toxic songs ever.
Who?
Iman.
Oh, how that song go?
Shit, it don't mean shit now. Fuck the presents, might as well throw them out.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I also heard, what's his name, toxic song as well, CeeLo. I fuck you. I heard that last night. Yeah. But
the toxic should be the hits.
But yeah. Well, back in the days, the love shit was the hits. But now thinking about it, a lot of them love songs was just niggas trying to get their bitch back. Niggas didn't really mean it. Well, some of them did. They felt about it in the moment. Then they busted none. They're like, oh, let me go fuck these other bitches. That'd be how in the shit.
Yo, and right? in Peace of My Love, he told her, he said, baby, you can have all of me, but I'm not totally free. I can't tell you everything that's going on. Baby, there's a few things in my past that I'm not going to explain.
Yeah.
Yo, fair, like.
Yeah. You know what? I think we have come to the conclusion that R&B has always been toxic. It's just disguised as love that niggas don't really be meaning. The women, they let you know they shit is toxic, nigga.
Toxic.
They let you know they shit is toxic. You remember how that chick started off that one song? How'd she start it off? I'm calling you woman to woman. Toxic right there. She created like the definition of toxic for motherfuckers.
Oh, the old school joint, woman to woman?
Yeah, woman to woman. You know, that she started the toxic shit for women. But I tell you what though, women, they either sing I love you or they sing I hate you. And like Monica, I think it's Monica's song, So Gone. I think it's So Gone.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the song where she talks about I'm gonna roll up to that bitch house and smack her just for thinking something. I was like, yo, Monica is a ghetto ass, thug ass, toxic motherfucker.
Fam, I got one for you. Jill Scott was mad toxic on her first joint. When she talking about she had to get the Vaseline and all that. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling. Mad toxic, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, cause she went to the girl house.
Boom, here go right here. Here go the lyrics from Monica on So Gone. This is where she starts rapping. She says, listen, boy, I'm a rowdy chick. Sometimes I have to fight cause my mouth too slick. Baby, why you doing me like that? Like I ain't worth ish. Make you want to ride past your house and sit. Kick down your door and smack your chick. Just to show you that Monica not having that. So in love, you with the drug habit get. Yo, she said, yo, I'm gonna ride past your crib and sit. Kick down your door and smack your chick.
Yo, that's
my God. Yo, she was, I would have broke up. I would have broke up with her. I would have been like, you know what? If she would have told me that, I would have broke up with her.
What's the Jasmine Sullivan joint? She busting out the
windows out your car. If a chick threatened me with, if you do blah 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 blah, I'm gonna bust the windows out your car. I ain't fucking with you no more. Not because I might do something
to you.
Not
my
because
car did nothing to you.
Right. One, my car didn't do nothing to you, and two, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. But I've dealt with enough women that come up with their own assumptions in their mind that are totally just thoughts in their mind that they believe to be true. So I don't want to fucking go outside and have to get new tires because you had a inaccurate thought for some toxic
public
shit.
Service announcement.
Right.
Love me like the women in your head.
That's the problem. They think all these women no, never mind.
At the end of the day, I'm only sexy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only sexy to Mo. She doesn't even realize
how I
that.
feel.
I'm only sexy.
That's how I feel.
Like,
I feel like, yo.
You know?
I feel like, yo, first off, I be thinking I'm a sexy ass motherfucker.
I feel you.
Wait, I be feeling I'm a sexy ass motherfucker until I try to go talk to somebody I'm attracted to, and they look at me like I'm like a fucking nigga. Why the fuck you talking to me? I'm like, God damn, what the fuck did I do? I thought you might like my hat, but why the fuck are you talking to me? You know? But,
I see the algorithms.
Right? You know? I'd be like, I've been so discouraged with talking to women. Yo, fam. There was one time I was in NY, right? Don had told me he was going to some party downtown. I met him downtown. We went to the party and shit, right? We online. We waiting to get in the door. This chick is just staring at me, yo. She just staring. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? She just staring at me, right? So I go to holler at her. And she's like, nigga, why the fuck are you talking to me? Like she gave me like the ill look. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That shit was, I'm like, and that pretty much just like confirmed my, I really don't know when women are into me shit. You know what I'm saying? That one was weird.
Nah, I feel you. I've been there.
Yeah, but shit, let's go ahead and move it on. What we on? Oh, Roscoe, we're gonna be on here for a couple minutes. Roscoe's has Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, where PNB Rock was killed, actually opened up less than 24 hours after he was shot and killed. You know, I think we get a lot of feedback from your mic over there, Bees. I'm not sure for what though.
What you mean?
Like some hums and shit like that.
Or that might be the AC.
Got you. It opened up less than 24 hours after, and I thought about this, and I was like, you know what? What is the protocol? I don't know. Are we becoming too accustomed to rappers being shot and killed in places that don't reopen because they're small businesses? I think this might be the first time we've seen a rapper get killed in like a corporation, like some real corporate shit, like franchise, multiple locations. You know, we seen Nipsey get killed by his store. That store closed afterwards, became like a memorial spot, never actually reopened. Young Dolph got killed inside that cookie store. I believe that cookie store closed, never reopened. Now, PNB Rock gets killed inside Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Less than 24 hours later, they back open, serving chicken. And that's because
you still hear that humming?
It kind of went away. And is it because it's a big like corporation? And they're just like, yo, I niggas better get this shit open. We about to be on the news.
Is Roscoe's is a California-based franchise, or is
I believe so. They have
a West Coast franchise?
They have multiple locations, because I have seen discussions with people online saying, yo, why was he at that Roscoe's? That's not the Roscoe's people go to.
I see. I was under the impression that there was only one Roscoe's.
No, there's multiple. They got Hollywood, West LA, South LA, Long Beach, Pasadena, Inglewood, LAX, Anaheim, La Brea.
Okay, because I you know what's so crazy? Like, I got a cousin, right? And she went out to LA, and her son, but I couldn't really see her like going to like a real hood, which I could see her like going through the neighborhood, and she'll be able to tell if it's hood by driving through. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't see her taking her son to that Roscoe's Chicken and what, like to Roscoe, especially that shit being the way that it surfaces
that you hear about
that
it
Roscoe
in West Coast music, right? So
yeah, and
on their website, it looks like they have about 8 locations.
Okay, but you say there's a Hollywood, like there's a couple of Roscoe's in some nice areas.
So Hollywood, West LA, South LA, Long Beach, Pasadena, Inglewood, LAX, Anaheim, La Brea.
Oh, I wouldn't fuck with Inglewood, but okay.
And that's the one I believe he was at, the Inglewood, LAX area. Which might have been because he was at a hotel in that area. That hotel might have been close to the airport, which is LAX. You know, so we don't know.
But still in all, he should have did his homework. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like when you just got a certain status, like you got to do your homework. You just can't be going places for real. I don't care how hood you are, who you are. You can't because listen, somewhere, somehow, some way, somewhere, there's gonna be somebody more hood than you. You understand what I'm saying? And the way it is, and the times in which we live in, a hungrier dude is always going to be tougher than you. It's just what it is.
Right. Now,
you know what I'm saying? And it's because he's hungry.
Now, do you feel any way about Roscoe's opening back up the location less than 24 hours after somebody was killed there?
No, I don't.
So you go from yesterday there was blood and everything here and chaos, and now today we back to serving chicken and sitting people right where there was blood at. Do you treat it like nothing happened and just keep moving?
I feel like for where we talking about and like the area, and like I said, if it's in Inglewood and they saying it's in the hood, what you call it, more than likely, I feel like I know the part of Inglewood they talking about. That's probably something regular. It's not something, like it's not no new occurrence. It's just the fact of this particular time, it happened to be somebody of some type of media status. You get what I'm saying? It's different when that shit is happening to Tom Joe Schmo up in there. You understand what I'm saying? As to boom, PNB Rock with somebody, he had music. Some of the world has heard some of his music. So it's a whole different thing when you hear it happen to him, what you call it, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that business just went back on with their regular everyday occurrences. All right, boom, we give it a grace period. Boom, we have somebody come in there, clean the blood up and all that. Boom, especially if the police are not even using it as an investigation. What you call it, like boom, okay, don't touch nothing. We got to get a couple of people to come through here and like really run through here.
I think they already did that. I think they already did that.
Yeah, I feel you, but at the same time, you want to give it a what you call it. You want to give it 2-3 days, whatever. But by you saying it being a franchise and so forth, that's corporate. So it's they think in a whole different way. It's a whole different because their agenda is to make money. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck if somebody lost their life in there? And I'm not saying that that's how I feel, but majority of corporate America is like that. And you know what I'm saying? It's sad that that's what it is. The whole motivation of money coming out the pandemic. The only reason we're truly out of the pandemic, like we got out the pandemic at the time we did, is because the economy of America was falling.
Correct.
At the end of the day. So then they said, no, we got to start this back up. We got to do this. We got to do that. You get the economy jumping. You know what I'm saying? That's why the prices and shit is going up. Gas went up and all that. But there's certain stuff that, they're just like, man, we can't do that and make people be in an uproar for that yet. You know what I mean?
Got you. Now, Wayne Mills over here says, bees, they blaming the girlfriend for posting on Instagram, and that's why they was there at that time. Well, the police actually came out and said, you know what? Both of them had actually posted
he
the
posted
location.
Too, yeah.
He posted when they pulled up, and then she posted when they got their food, it looked like. But they both did post, so it shouldn't be just a blame on the girlfriend. But you know what? With that, let's jump into our
Hold up.
Topic.
I do have to say this.
This next topic kind of leads on this though, because on the heels of this, on the heels of PNB Rock's death, a lot of celebrities have been speaking out. One in particular, Steven Jackson, actually released an Instagram video where he was talking about whenever he visits a different city or a different state, he checks in. And we've kind of been hearing this over the past few years about people need to check in. Oh, you come to this town, you need to check in. Whack 100 was one of the people that's talking about, niggas need to check in. They need to check in. And hearing Steven Jackson saying this, I'm like, wait, check in? Who the fuck are you supposed to check in to? And when you check in, what do you do?
Yo, it's niggas you supposed to check in with, bro. It's niggas you supposed to check in with.
Now, first off, why? And when
Why?
And what is checking in?
It all depends on who it is. You understand what I'm saying?
What is checking
some
in?
people, all right, checking in is like, okay, perfect example. You can't just be an artist and go to Detroit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's a whole thing with your checking. Like, if you performing, your best bet is to find out whoever's hot, just a regular whoever's hot in Detroit. Make sure that he performs. Make sure he eats a little. You got to make sure Trick eats, because if you don't make sure he eats, your food out there all day. You understand what I'm saying? It's certain people like you got to check in with. So it's extortion. Just like, huh?
So it's extortion.
It depends on the situation and how it goes down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it depends on who you are. For some people, it's just for whoever that is and wherever that you got to check in with, because like I said, different places got different gangsters.
Now why does Tom Cruise never have to check in? Why does Leonardo DiCaprio never have to check in? Why is it only the rappers and black celebrities that's from the streets that need to check in?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you talk all the street shit. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you go, there's gonna be somebody that doesn't like you, that wants to try you, is waiting for you to come so they can try you. You get what I'm saying? Because they see it. You got to think about it like this. When it comes to rappers, there's a lot of people that envy them and be like, "Yo, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve the fame that they getting. That's a corny dude." You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. So a lot of times you gotta check in with whoever's hot, so you're not fooled. You understand what I'm saying? Just like certain people, like, okay, for instance, you can also, when you check in, it might be a certain rapper that you got to check in with because that's where he's from. So you can't always say it's extortion. You understand what I'm saying? It all depends on who's who with what. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like if you go to LA and Snoop come pick you up, that's a different type of but you checking in.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I'm in your town, blah, blah, blah. This is what it is.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't, because the thing is with rappers always want to go where they shouldn't go. Tom Cruise, he's coming to do whatever it is he's coming to do. Tom Cruise is not going to the club. He's not going to the strip joint. You know, if he is, that's just like a whole different type of night or something like that for him. But for the most part, when he's wherever he is on business, he's there for business.
Okay.
Yeah, your average rapper is gonna go out there where them wolves is at, where them hungry niggas is at. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you there and you performing and the crowd love you, everybody in the crowd don't love you, yo.
You're right.
And in certain places where you go, niggas is vicious. You can't floss everywhere. And sometimes when you floss, it's like, yo, can you back that up?
Yeah, I think flossing is is really unnecessary in most instances. I think some people do be extra flashy just to be extra flashy.
Fam, B-Rock, he got this because of the flashiness, yo.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, me personally, I wouldn't be checking in with nobody. Fuck y'all. Fuck, you want me to ask permission to come to your town? And then say, hey, I'm coming to your town, don't rob me? You ain't just checking in with niggas to just check. Niggas is getting some bread out of you calling them and saying, yo, I'm in your town. Keep me safe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little too Bronx
at
to
the
give a
same
fuck
time, it's
about
also
that.
like, yo, I could put your name on a flyer. I put your name on a flyer tonight, make some money. I'm a gangster, but I deal with parties and shit like that. It all works in some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, depending on where you go, what you call it. It's just like going to Texas, checking with Jay Prince. Just what it is.
I guess me personally, I'm not at a level where I need to check in with anybody.
Nah, I feel you. I'm just saying that's how it's.
Even if I was there, I don't think I'd be calling and be like, yo, I'm coming to your town. Can you keep me safe? I can't rely on nobody to keep me safe. I got to keep myself safe.
Look how it happened to third base, and you know what I'm saying. The Crip dude kept them safe. They was gonna get killed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a factual. They took heat. You know, MC Search talks about it. Redman talks about it. It's not like it's a fugazi story or a bogus story. You understand what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, and if they didn't check in with dude, they would have got killed.
I don't know.
And it's because at the end of the day, like I said, MC Search, instead of just being over there for business, he want to be running around in the mall, doing all this other stuff. And then he got a situation with MC Hammer, and it's crazy that it's MC Hammer. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it was an MC Hammer beef because they dissed MC Hammer.
Yeah.
It wasn't a regular street shit. It wasn't a regular if he didn't have a beef with MC Hammer, nobody
they would have been good.
Nobody would have known who the fuck they was.
This is true too.
You know? And could checking in have even done anything for P&B Rock? We don't know that checking in would have done anything. You know, he probably could have got that warning that that's not the fucking Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle that you want to go to. Right, but he'd been out there plenty of times, you know, and by it probably was just the one that was close to his crib, to where he was staying.
But at the same time, he was supposed to be on point because he was already I gotta say, like, he was in Atlanta like maybe a week prior, and he was on a live arguing with a dude in Cali. That dude said, "Yo, dudes want to see you."
Yeah, but I'm saying now you go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, just randomly, how on point you really gonna be? Sitting in the restaurant. You know, the majority of us is like, niggas ain't gonna come in here blasted middle of the day. But some niggas do that. We just don't think people would, you know? If there's a time to let your guard down, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta remember like this. You gotta remember like this too.
Niggas gonna let their guard down at lunchtime and nighttime, sleep time.
To stick up kids, to stick up kids. It's a regular day at the office, bro, and they work 9 to 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe because I think a little different, and I would have been on point a whole different way. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: at that point, I wouldn't even been out without security. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Yeah. Fuck all that other bullshit.
Well, it all depends. You know, it all depends. Because I know who P&B Rock is. I've heard his music before. I've heard his name. But if I would have saw him in the street in public, I might not have recognized him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I know his music. I'm just not as familiar with his face as other people might be. But with that being said, he probably doesn't go out, and every single place he goes, people's like, oh, you this guy, you this guy, you this guy, you this guy. Now it's like maybe every other place, every third place he goes, somebody recognizes him. I think he was that type of celebrity, for one. You know? And you need a certain amount of bread to have a security with you everywhere. Know what I mean? Like, not everybody got Beyonce money that they can have a security guard with them everywhere. And even Beyonce don't have a security guard with her everywhere. You know, Tekashi 6ix9ine had security guards with him everywhere because he was talking big shit. Most people ain't talking big shit. Most people don't have actually security like that. Andre 3000 walks around with no security. He probably worth way more than that dude.
But
you know what I mean?
But it's also, what's it called? Look at the presentation of Andre 3000, bro.
Right. He doesn't. He's not with a lot of jewelry.
So
Right, he's not with a lot of jewelry. But even people with jewelry don't be having mad bodyguards all the time. But I do feel that has been part of the discussion. It's like, when is enough jewelry enough? You know? But I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm not at the tax bracket, nor the celebritism. I'm not even sure if that's a word. The celebrity status to even worry about checking in, because ain't nobody checking for me. So unless they just catch me on the humble, but I try to keep my eyes open when I'm humble. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm still getting a little buzzing over there. I think you might have to move your mic from your phone or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about Hennessy and black people. Like, they say black people fuck with Hennessy. Black people fuck with Hennessy. Do you know why black people fuck with Hennessy? Do you know why Hennessy has been like the staple in the black household?
Nah, why?
You know, have you noticed that it's a staple in the black household, D's? Or the black community, I should say?
Yeah, somebody always got like some Henny in their house.
Do you know why?
Nah.
Well, it has a lot to do with race and racism.
Yeah.
And Hennessy was one of, if not only, the only liquor brand that included black people back in the day. Like around World War II, where French people would give black soldiers Hennessy, which is a French cognac, as a thank you for their service. You know, where the first corporate sponsors of the the NAACP, and the first liquor to advertise in Ebony and Jet. You know? Did you ever know that?
No, I didn't.
And that's kind of why black people been fucking with Hennessy for a while, yo. You know, because they was the alcohol that was like fucking with black people when nobody else wanted to.
Or they gave black people a chance, so that's why we fuck with it like that?
Yeah, French people gave black soldiers Hennessy. Black soldiers was getting twisted off Hennessy back in the days, and they was like, oh, this shit is nice. They got back here, they still had some Hennessy. Hennessy was like, you know what? Black people kind of like us. Let's go ahead and advertise in their magazines and shit. And they did that. The first ones to support black magazines, black publications. Supported the NAACP. And me being, remembering back in the days having like Christmas parties and shit like that. You know what was always at a Christmas party in my family? Fucking Hennessy. You know what got everybody twisted, big ass smiles and loud as hell? Hennessy. Dark liquor, brown liquor, even though I'm drinking tequila tonight. But brown liquor isn't a staple in the black community just because it's brown. And we're like, ooh, it's brown like us. That's what we should drink. No, that's not why it happened. That's not why it happened. Though it does kind of make sense, right? Like, black people fuck with brown liquor because it's brown. No, that's not why. but it is a nice way to think about it, but it's not really, for real. It's because of Hennessy, baby. It's because of Hennessy. Hennessy fucked with us. So we said, we gonna fuck with y'all. Nas done invested in Hennessy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Hennessy sponsors a lot of Nas shit. Well, I would sponsor my own shit too.
Word.
When did do you still fuck with Hennessy, Bees? You drink Hennessy? Yeah, you still drink Hennessy. I've seen you with bottles in your crib before.
Yeah.
What's the first time that you recall seeing Hennessy in your life?
Deadass?
Yeah.
Yeah, God rest her soul, Miss Burnside house.
Ah, Miss Burnside crib. Ah, the homie Jeffrey crib. Ah, man.
Word. Yo, his moms used to have a bottle of Hennessy right up there with the donuts and all that.
Yo, did have mad snack. I used to eat mad White Castle burgers in Jeff crib, yo. In Miss Burnside crib, yo.
Word.
Man, shit. What I got left over here to eat? I might have to go get some White Castle burgers from somewhere. I think they sell them at the gas station. They're gonna be nasty but good, but nasty but good. But nah, I used to have White Castle burgers, and I used to have microwavable like breakfast sandwiches. He had mad breakfast sandwiches I used to eat at midnight. But that first time was in this Burnside crib. All right. Mine was at like family gatherings. Like literally, my family would be like sipping Hennessy, and everybody would be getting twisted and loud and making mad jokes and having a bunch of shit talking sessions going on. And I'd be like, what happened? Everybody was so calm 30 minutes ago. They started drinking this brown juice, and now everybody's just loud and giggly, you know? And some people were mean. Some people did get mean. You know, it's like, wait, when you drink the brown juice, you get mean.
You stupid. You drink the brown juice, you get mean.
But I do recognize that as an adult too. You know, there has been people I've been dealing with. They were like, "Oh, you want to drink?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't feel like fighting with your ass tonight. We're not drinking."
Like, nah, nigga, we drinking white.
Yeah.
Especially if they be like, nah, I ain't fucking. I'll be like, nah, man, we ain't drinking shit then. Fuck it, I'm not drinking no brown. Yeah.
I gotta judge the people I have conversations with during drinking. It's like, I don't know about you. You get a little bit in your feelings when your ass be drinking. I don't know if I want to talk with you. Right. Your ass get angry when you drink. I don't want to talk to you. You be joking. Let's drink. You know?
Yeah, you a cool drunk nigga.
Yeah,
you're
right?
not a violent drunk nigga.
Right, you just be smiling and laughing and ha ha ha. Then you get sleepy. That sounds like me, actually.
Yeah, I don't need us to be out there having a Mexican brawl.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, not to be funny, but I feel like, yo, they get drunk like amongst each other, yo, and they just be brawling out, yo.
Yeah. I've learned that I don't really like being around a lot of people when they get drunk. Like, if you can't control, if you're not very similar to your normal self when you're drunk, I really don't want to be around you. You know?
Word. Like I could deal with it if you got a couple of extra jokes.
Yeah.
I could deal with that type of what you call it. But if you
normally happy and smiley, and then when you drink, you kind of like aggressive and violent, I don't want to fuck with you. You know? You just be
too touchy feely.
Not even that. You be out with somebody that just don't know how to act when they drink. And it's like when you go out, they drink, and now all of a sudden everything's a fucking problem somehow.
I remember many nights as a young youth, niggas get drunk and I already know that we're gonna be fighting somebody.
That's why I stopped hanging out with niggas sometimes. They be like, yo, y'all want to go here to get something to drink? You know what? I went with the last time. We almost got arrested. I think I'm gonna chill this time. We almost beat up a homeless guy because he said hello. I think I'm gonna chill this time.
Yo, what's me at the open sky because he said hello?
Yeah.
I can't, yo.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit with y'all fellas no more. I had to be like, hey
that's
guys, he just said hello. We're intoxicated. We're not in our right mind. We should not be attacking him. Let's not do that. That's when the nigga was like, yo, family, the way you be feeling, you should just leave. That nigga said, I'm gonna take your advice. Have a nice night, fellas. I felt like he walked out like Bugs Bunny. I don't know. But let's move on. Let's move on. You know what?
The one chip challenge.
I don't think I'm doing it. I was talking about it the other day.
Can I ask you something?
What's that?
What is the one chip challenge?
So the other day I went to the store. And while I was in the store, standing online, there was this whole display that had this one chip challenge for 2022. It has a warning on the back. The warning on the back says,
that is death.
Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsicum, or are pregnant or have any medical conditions. Keep out of reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hand with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Seek medical attention should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea.
Yo, no, thank you.
That's what it says on here. And I bought this. I bought this in the store.
How much was the chip?
I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked me how much was the chip. Because I did not realize how much the chip was until later in the day. I said, wait a second. I went to the store. I bought this, and this. Why was my total $20? It didn't comprehend to me earlier. It didn't comprehend to me when I bought it.
For one fucking chip.
So this one chip cost me $8.99.
$9 for one potato chip?
$9 for one goddamn potato chip. Now that I'm sitting here and I'm doing all this talking, I feel like I shouldn't try it, but I feel like I've been talking too much now. I feel like I gotta try it.
Fam, listen. Let me, can I tell you something?
What's that?
Is your son there?
Yes, he is.
Okay, well, all right, then maybe have a chance to take the chip. But I would tell my son, like, to come out there and just, like, while you take the chip, just to check on you, make sure there's no instant, because listen, fam, did you realize and listen to all the shit that you just read?
Yes, I did.
On the back of that chip box.
And the top of the box says, inside, one extremely spicy tortilla chip.
Yo, now check it out like this. That's the type of chip, though, that if somebody...
Oh, but you know what? You know what? I'm not going to do it now. It says, one chip challenge. On the bottom, it says, turn your tongue blue. So I just decided I am not going to eat this until I have some vagina to eat afterwards. I'm going to need to cool my mouth down with some vagina. That might be a little odd and maybe it might be a little bit uncomfortable for whoever's vagina. That might be weird. Like, I guess I can't do that, huh? No,
you can't do that. You can't do that. Listen, my man. Listen. I don't know what's wrong with you right now, but yo, you can't do that. You can't do that. Do you? Listen,
spicy coochie.
That's some foul shit. If you motherfucker, you wanna eat some coochie after eating that chip?
Eating coochie after the one chip challenge is foul.
One potato chip. The most I would do with that chip, though, if somebody was like stealing my lunch at work or something, I would definitely grind that chip up and put it in a sandwich.
It says it's only 25 calories. The ingredients is blue corn, sunflower, and or safflower oil, Carolina Reaper pepper, scorpion chili pepper, sea salt, and blue one. It says it turns your tongue blue. Maybe that's the blue one. So it had the Reaper pepper and the scorpion pepper. So now that I've been talking even longer, and I initially said I'm gonna try it, now I'm not gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on Tuesday. You know why? Because it has a pepper on it, and because it has Reaper peppers in it and scorpion peppers in it, I'm not sure if this is gonna be low-key racist, but I'm Hispanic, so it's not gonna be racist. So we're gonna do the one chip challenge according to tortilla. That's a Latin chip, if you didn't know.
We better get you some guacamole or something, yo.
We're gonna do the
sour cream or something with that,
I'm gonna do the one chip challenge.
Don't do it, yo.
I'm gonna do the one chip challenge for Latin month on Taco Tuesday. So this upcoming Taco Tuesday
on the air.
This upcoming Taco Tuesday, I'm gonna do the
gonna kill herself on the air.
One chip challenge.
Oh my god!
Eat one of these hot ass motherfucking chips.
I'm in New York. The most I could do is call 911.
I'm gonna do some research. What's the best way to keep your mouth cool with some hot ass chip, with a hot ass potato chip
challenge, Mo?
And they put this shit in a coffin. If you don't realize, the box is a coffin.
You see. That's just like I don't understand.
I'm gonna try that on Tuesday.
Like people that deal with there's a drug out there that people deal with, and I'll be like, yo, how do you deal with that drug? You know, after you hear what the drug does, right? It's the same way as I'm not eating no chip with a skull and a tongue.
That's blue. It's blue.
Yo, if you don't look, the tongue looks like a jalapeno too.
The tongue does look like a blue jalapeno. It does look like a blue jalapeno.
Like a blue jalapeno.
It does.
Listen, and it's got all types of warnings on the box. I'm not it said you may experience lung, and hard breathe. Man.
Now let me ask you this though, Bees.
Okay.
Do you think the $8.99 price is because of the purity of the ingredients, or because they knew niggas would buy one chip for $8.99 because they said it was hot?
I think it's just because
$5 or $6 worth of ingredients.
I think it's because niggas said it was hot.
Not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored.
People gotta find out if that's what it is. It's just like the hot wings, the hottest wings, and you know how Shaq was like, "Yo, I gotta try it."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing.
Speaking of, try something. Fishing up some of this brownie. Yummies by Yummies.
Oh yeah, he said
makes life better. Yeah, send me some of
He said he's supposed to call in tonight.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he said he was gonna call in tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
We're gonna get my homeboy on the show one night. He got this Yummies by Yummies brand. And it's yummy. But he's trying to be the king of condiments.
Yummies by Yummy is trying to be the king of
the king of condiments. But not just any condiments. THC infused condiments. Yo, fam, I've been eating cereal, Raisin Bran, which when I told Shorty I was dealing with, I wanted Raisin Bran, she kind of made jokes at me. She was like, nigga, how old are you? School. She's like, how old are you? But yo, she thought she initially wanted Raisin Bran too, until she realized, oh, I don't eat Raisin Bran. I eat Honey Bunches of Oats. But I eat Raisin Bran because my parents used to buy Raisin Bran when I was a kid. Like, oh, you ain't gonna eat that cereal with all that sugar in it. So they got me Raisin Bran. But guess what? They ain't know.
Raisin Bran was better than
I was putting mad sugar in my Raisin Bran. I ain't need my cereal to have sugar when I can add sugar. Nigga, I probably had the most unhealthiest Raisin Bran there is. My shit had about 4, 5. You sure how I put the sugar in my coffee before?
Yes.
Imagine my cereal. My cereal's like that. Well, the reason why I bring it up is because Yummies by Yummies sent me some sugar that was THC infused. So guess what my cereal had? Some THC infused sugar. And not just 1 scoop. Not just 2 scoops like the motherfucking box.
This
2 scoops of raisin.
took 4 scoops of THC.
4 scoops of some THC sugar in my cereal. And I was feeling good, baby. I was feeling
the milk didn't
I was feeling good. I had some olives, some avocado oil.
You down?
Nah, the milk ain't slow me down. It ain't give me the runs. It ain't give me the runs.
No. I'm just saying because you know what you call it, like milk kind of like brings it down.
For me, I think at one time it was a point where it was like milk fuck with me, but not no more. Maybe I'm not drinking enough. Maybe it's been too long in between. My body's like, oh, we ain't had this in a while. Let us get used to being not liking it so we can make your ass take a shit all fucking day.
Okay.
Let you see the raisins come out your ass 5 minutes. Never, you know what? Let's get ready to get up out of here. Get ready to wrap it up. I think that's all we have for tonight. Yeah, we gonna see you Tuesday. Tuesday we will do the 1 chip challenge. I could have just hit the echo button, but I was lazy. Fuck that. Yeah, but that's all we got for tonight. You got anything you want to say before we get up out of here, Bees?
Nah. It's a good show.
Yeah, it was. Oh, next week. Next week I'm going to check out Nasty Nas and the Wu-Tang Clan. I bought a ticket for the show on Wednesday.
Tampa?
Yeah, the show comes to Tampa on Wednesday next week. And I totally forgot about it. I was thinking about going, but then I thought it was like around the time my trip was coming up, my out of country trip was coming up. I thought it was around that time, so I was like, I ain't gonna be able to go. But then one of my homegirls hit me up the other day. One of our homegirls from the hood, you know, she lives not too far. She lives like in the Orlando area, but she hit me up because she wanted to find out some information about the theater, the amphitheater where the show's gonna be, like parking, and she wanted to know like if I knew the layout and shit. And I was like, well, you're in luck because I just saw Chris Brown at that same place. You know, so she was like, yeah, she was gonna take her husband and shit like that. They was gonna go check it out. So I started looking it up, and I was like, look at this seat over here for about $120. Not too far away from the front. Let me buy my ass a ticket. I'm going to see Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, by my goddamn self. You know, I ain't got to worry about nobody being ready, nobody doing shit. I'm just get my ass up, go to the show when I'm ready. Definitely bringing some weed with me. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to watching Nas, Wu-Tang Clan. I'm not sure if Method Man's gonna be there or not. I read articles.
He's been performing though.
Right, and I'm like, is he gonna come to Tampa? I don't know, because Tampa's not really one of those spots where niggas like we're gonna bring out all the stops. You know? It's not one of those spots where like, oh, we gotta make sure we got the show 100%. It's like Tampa's like one of those spots. It kind of seemed like Tampa kind of seemed like one of those stops where you could kind of take off for this show. You know, we're like, this is like a stop where we ain't gotta put in our best. It ain't Miami. It ain't Atlanta. It's like in between them shits. But hopefully they put on their motherfucking best. Put on my best. Can't believe that shit. Remember that song? Nah, but I'm looking forward to seeing Nas. I don't think I ever actually seen Nas live. I seen Wu-Tang live one time. Back to the free concert on 125th Street. That's when I first seen Wu-Tang.
Several.
Seen him several times. So I'm looking forward to it. That's coming up this week.
I think I've only seen Nas, I think, twice.
I'm curious to how Nas show's going to be. I'm curious to how Nas show's going to be. But I'm looking forward to it, though.
You know what happened? Was, I believe the first time I was supposed to see him was the Ether. Was around the Ether situation because he was supposed to perform, and then he went, and he went through it with Hot 97.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
Then I think when I actually got to see him perform is when he actually, after years after all the beef was done, and then he performed at Summer Jam.
Got you. Let's see.
I think he brought out Lauryn Hill.
Did you know?
I remember that.
The top. Because you mentioned Lauryn Hill, I'm going to ask you: do you know what the top 3 selling albums, hip hop albums are?
I know actually Lauryn Hill is actually in there.
No, actually Lauryn Hill isn't. Well, she's in there, but she's not in there.
Okay.
So
the
number 3 album, Eminem.
Which album? Marshall Mathers?
It might be either the Marshall Mathers or the Eminem Show. Was number 3, and that's like 20 million sold. Number 2 was the Fugees. What was the name of that album? The Score. That had like 25 million sales worldwide or something like that. And number 1 was Eminem, which was either the other one of the albums.
Got you.
Which had like almost 30 million or some shit like that. That's like
so. Look, I have to ask this though.
What's that?
So, what is Nelly at?
That I'm not sure.
Because I know Country Grammar out the gate. I'm not talking about them other albums. I'm talking strictly about that Country Grammar album. I feel like that album did because the album. I know the album with Diamond. 10 million units. It's just 10 million and then it stopped.
Yeah. So in 2016 is when it finally hit 10 million units. Now it's 16 years after its release, which is wild. But hey, I ain't mad at them. But let's get ready to get up out of here. And I did have this song stuck in my head by it was called what was this? Too Hype. It was like, put on my best. Oh, can't believe that she said yes. If she's impressed, this could be the start of my happiness. She's so fly.
Because
don't get. What's that?
Because I know why I feel like you thinking of that.
Why's that?
Because I brought up the thing about the triple fat, and I feel like you're thinking more of what's that on your back? Can't believe it's triple fat.
Nah. See, when the nigga tried to make a joke at me, that nigga was like, ooh, you got it. The triple fat goose. And I was like, you goddamn right, nigga. And then the whole squad was like, he called you. He said, that's right. He talked back to you. But you know what? Let's get up out of here. See y'all on Tuesday.
Thanks for watching the dopest live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib. 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 Thanks for watching the dopest live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and sometimes like a showcase. Khary's crib, 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 Khary's crib.